Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Vivo Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare जम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकचर्य अष्टोत्तर शिष्य मंत्रिंद गोस्वामी अभय चरणविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंतर श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की जय। अनंत गुरु वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. जय शिष्य गुरु गौरांग जय शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रयेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी यं स्वानुभावमखिलं श्रुतिसारमेकमध्यात्मदीपमतितितीर्षतं तमोन्धं संसारिणं करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्याससूनुपयामि गुरुं मुनिनं मुखं करोति वाचालं फल्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं तत्कृपतमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दिनतारिणे अजानुलम्बितभुजौ कनकावदातौ संकीर्तनैकपितरौ कमलायतक्षौ विश्वम्भरो द्विजवरो युगधर्मपालौ वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरो करुणावतारौ नित्यानन्दवदूतेन्दुर्वसुधा प्रणवल्लभा जाह्नवी जीवितापतिर्कृष्ण प्रेमप्रदः प्रभो पद्मावती श्रीमन्सुतः सचिनन्दनपूर्वजः भवन्मत्ता जगत्रातरक्तगौरकलेवरं वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपसिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानं पवनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। So nice to be with all of you in this wonderful transcendental family, and nice to see you after many, many lifetimes again. Wonderful family. Though looks like we came for the first time to Sydney, actually to Australia. I was traveling all over the world, everywhere, nook and corner. The only place left is Australia. So this is, I was saying yesterday that it was the time when I was traveling somewhere. Now I am traveling to somebody. So, and I have so many wonderful friends here, so this is a wonderful reason to come here. Because otherwise, nothing new under the sky. Trust me. Same, as one Vaishnava said, same wrinkled, old sense enjoyment objects everywhere. New York, London, Sydney, nothing new. But devotees, Navayovanam cha, ever fresh, Ananda Ambudhi Vardhanam. And that's the treasure we have, actually. The real treasure. Tadara charana seva bhakta sanivas. Janame janame hoy eya bilas. So that's actually real treasure and the greatest suffering in this world. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramana Roy, they discussed. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, what is the greatest suffering in the world? He said, separation from devotees, this is the greatest suffering, in fact. So that's why whenever devotees are there, Krishna always manifests. And he manifested as a Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran, which gives us opportunity to remember Krishna all the time. And to remember Krishna, as Kunti Maharani she says, means no more birth and death. So sometimes difficulties come in our life, right? And they will come. It's not may or may not, it will come, guarantee. Whether it's Ukraine, Russia, Israel, Iran, Pakistan, India, doesn't matter who we are, where you are. Dukhalayam ashashvatam. So this is the only solace and cooling, effect of this Kali Yuga. Nitai pada kamala koti chandra sushitala. Very, very sital, very, very cooling effect. Especially after coming from India. You coming to Australia is AC. Very nice. Nice, cool, AC. AC Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So I strongly feel presence of our founder Acharya here, and especially my gratitude to all of you for inviting us here. And when I came here, we are traveling all the world, around the world, just upar niche aage piche, as I say. So, but nowadays ISKCON means big murtis and big temples. But it's like in Sydney I can see, tick, like family, and family have small deities, isn't it? So it's so beautiful here, like very homely environment. So thank you for inviting me for your home. And we will read today from Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran. We have which text? 4:27:12 we're reading today. Wonderful story of Purañjana Maharaj. Yuktesh evam pramattasya kutumba sakta chetasah asasada savaikalo yo priya priyayoshitam yuktish evam pramattasya kutumba sakta chetasah asasada savaikalo yo priya priyayoshitam kutumba sakta chetasah asasada savaikalo yo priya priyayoshitam Vaishnavis, please. Yuktesh evam pramattasya kutumba sakta chetasah sada savaikalo yo priya priyayoshitam Shevam pramattasya kutumba sakta chetasah asasada savaikalo yo priya priyayoshitam yukteshu to beneficial activities evam thus pramattasya being inattentive. Kutumba to kith and kin. Asakta attached. Chetasa consciousness. Asasada arrived. Saha that. Why? Certainly. Kala time. Yah which. Apriya not very pleasing. Priyayoshitam for the persons attached to woman. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thus, King Purañjana, being attached to fruitive activities, karma-kāṇḍīya, as well as kith and kin, and being obsessed with polluted consciousness, eventually arrived at that point not very much liked by those who are overly attached to material things. Purport. In this verse, the words priyayoshitam and apriyaha are very significant. The word yoshit means woman and priya means dear or pleasing. Death is not very much welcome for those who are too much attached to material enjoyment which culminates in sex. There is an instructive story in this connection. Once, when a saintly person was passing on his way, he met a prince, the son of the king, and he blessed him, saying, "My dear prince, may you live forever." The sage next met a saintly person and said to him, "You may either live or die." Eventually the sage met a brahmachari devotee and he blessed him, saying, "My dear devotee, you may die immediately." Finally, the sage met a hunter and blessed him, saying, "Neither live nor die. The point is that those who are very sensual and are engaged in sense gratification do not wish to die. Generally, a prince has enough money to enjoy his senses. Therefore, the great sage said that he should live forever. For as long as he lived, he can enjoy life. But after his death, he would go to hell. Since the brahmachari devotee was leading a life of severe austerities and penances in order to be promoted back to Godhead, the sage said that he should die immediately so that he need not continue to labor hard and could instead go back home, back to Godhead. A saintly person may either live or die, for during his life he is engaged in serving the Lord, and after his death he also serves the Lord. Thus, this life and the next are the same for the saintly devotee, for in both he serves the Lord. Since the hunter lives a very ghastly life due to killing animals, and since he will go to hell when he dies, he is advised neither live nor die. King Purañjana finally arrived at the point of old age. In old age, the senses lose their strength, and although an old man desires to enjoy his senses, and especially sex life, he is very miserable because his instruments of enjoyment no longer function. Such sensualists are never prepared for death. They simply want to live on and extend their life by so-called scientific advancement. Some foolish Russian scientists also claim, that they are going to make man immortal through scientific advancement. Under the leadership of such crazy fellows, civilization is going on. Cruel death, however, comes and takes all of them away despite their desire to live forever. This type of mentality was exhibited by Hiranyakashipu, but when the time was ripe, the Lord personally killed him within a second. Amagyanatimirandhasya ginanjanashalakaya chakshur unmritam yena tasmai shri gurave namaha. Very important instructions, and Srila Prabhupada very boldly proclaiming the mission of the Lord here. Krishna comes to take everything, whatever we attached. Srimad Bhagavatam declares, Prasangamajaram pasam atmanam kavayo viduhu sa eva sadhushu krito moksha dvaram apavritam. Kavayo means intelligent person. Everybody knows that attachment to the material things are the cause of bondage. But if the same attachment applied for the saintly person, sa eva sadhushu krito moksha dvaram apavritam, so it becomes the path of liberation. So this is actually principle of detachment. Very often we discuss that Bhagavad Gita, essence of Bhagavad Gita in the name itself only. Gita. If you can say Gita, Gita all the time, what will happen? Gita, 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 Tyagi, Tyagi, Gita, 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 Tyagi. It becomes Gita, 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 Tyagi. Sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja. So Sharanagati is not very simple thing. We know Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains and now Acharyas explains 6 principles of Sharanagati, of surrender. Remember? What are they? Anukulyasya krishnanu pratikulyasya varjanam guptritve varanam tatha rakshayiti vishvaso atmanikshepa karpanyam. So this is 6 things, very, very important. And of course it's like separate seminar, 6-day seminar, each and every anga of surrender. Because as we understand that we don't want to surrender. Living entity doesn't want to surrender. They don't want God. They want kingdom of Ram, but they don't want Ram. They want Sri Lanka, but they don't want Ram. They don't want to surrender. Because Ishwaraham bhogi balavan sukhi. People of this material world, they're thinking we are enjoyers. You know the meaning of Asura? Who is Asura? Asurim bhavamashritaha. Think very carefully. Asura, asu means immediately. Gyanayat asu vairagyam gyanam chaitasam ahaituka. Asu means tatkshanat, immediately. And ra, ramante yogina anante ra. Ramante means enjoy. Those who want to enjoy immediately, they are asuras. Seeing, enjoying. And you tell me, who doesn't have this tendency to enjoy, especially in such countries like Australia, UK, America. Coming here, honestly speaking, just sharing with you realization. I was thinking, so nice. I was not born in Australia. So nice I was not born in US. So nice I was not born in UK. Otherwise I'll be distracted with all this dazzling, glittering beauty of material Maya. We were born in cold, iron Soviet Union with, iron toys and with all these wooden toys, nothing much to enjoy. And I was thinking, well, must be some reason for that. Because it's very easy to be distracted. And especially what to say about, I wrote recently one song, and destruction about new generation, so many weapons of destructions, mobile telephones, as Srila Radhanath Maharaj he says, weapon of destruction is destructing us from the main purpose. Bahusaka henantascha buddhayo vyavasayanam. Destruction and destruction, destroying our consciousness. So, it's very, very important that to get this Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga Shikshartamekah Purushah Puranaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Sharira Dhari Kripam Buddhisyastamaham Prapadye. Vairagya and Vidya, knowledge and detachment. But not only detachment. Detachment itself is useless. Nahyat karma dharmaya na viragaya kalpate nahyat tirtha sevaya jivan api mrityu hi saha. Any activities which not leading us toward dharma, they are useless. Nahyat karma dharmaya. But if whatever you do, ultimately you're not coming to the ISKCON temple and worshipping deities. Naradhanam tadaharim tapasam tatam kim. Aradhana tadaharim tapasam tatam kim. There is one saying that if you're worshipping Lord Hari, then what is the use of tapasya? But if you're not ultimately worshipping Lord Narayana, Hari, then what is the use of your tapasya? Rahu ganaitat tapasanayati na chajjayanirvapanat grihadva na chandasanirva jalagni suryar vina mahat padarajo bhishekam. Rahu ganait tapasanayati. What is the use of your tapasya? What is the use of sitting in cold water and hot fire on your hair everywhere, so much tapasya, if ultimately you're not getting the dust from lotus feet of Vaishnavas? Mahiyasam padarajo abhishekam niskinchananam navrinita yavat. If you're not taking abhisheka from the dust, with the dust of lotus feet of Vaishnavas, tadakim, right? Srila Shankaracharya wrote wonderful prayer to Guru Ashtakam. Even you can become the greatest person and even president of the greatest countries, and people will be worshipping you and offering obeisances. You will become the richest person, super pooper VVVVIP, very insignificant person. Everybody will be worshipping and bowing down to you. If your head not bowing down to the pure devotee Guru, tadakim, what is the use? What is the use? Decoration of dead body. Apranasya hidehasya. There is no energy in that. And then if your detachment, if your activities doesn't bring you to dharma, nahyat karma dharmaya. And if dharma doesn't bring you to naviragaya kalpate, if you, after getting some kind of so-called 4237, you're doing all this ritual, tantra, mantra, puja, yagya, and ultimately you're not getting detachment, then what's the use of your dharma? So-called kudharma, adharma, apadharma, this description is there in 7th canto Bhagavad. All these people coming nowadays to temple and they're asking, Dhan sampatti dharme ave jai jagadish, give me, I want this, so many things. Love is not about to take, it's about to give. Ahai tuki apratihata yatma suprasya. Ahai tuki, no any hetu, no any reason, just give. Giving hand will never be empty. But this journey, spiritual journey, from zero to hero, this is the glory of the soul, when it's achieving lotus feet of Krishna, Padarajo Vishekam, of the devotees also. Yat pada pankaja palasa vilasa bhaktya. So when we're getting to the lotus feet of the Lord, samasritam ye pada pallavam plavam. Pallava means boat. And this boat can cross us to the ocean of Mrityu Samsara Sagara. Nothing else can help us. And that boat used by the pure devotees. And after crossing the ocean, Bhagavatam says, they're leaving this boat on our side, so we can also use it. How come? Ocean is so vast. They cross there, how they can send the boat back? No. The ocean, which is huge ocean of sufferings, becomes like the Vatsapadam Parampadam. It becomes like a footprint of the calf's hoof. So small, you can just step it over it. Actually, even boat not required. But it's like technically we need some boat. Why? Because this ocean becomes insignificant. Tuchchavat. It becomes insignificant comparing to the happiness. Ananda ambudhi vardhanam. Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. So they're leaving this a process. Acharyas explained. They're giving us the process by which we can cross this very strange, material, confusing place. That's why by Lord Chaitanya's causeless grace, he came to this confusing place. And he gave the process for us. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, by using which we can cross this confusing situation of this material world. You see? Very, very interesting point. And devotees, when we are getting detachment even, na viragaya kalpate, and then when detachment doesn't give you opportunity to serve Vaishnavas, nahi tirtha sevaya. Tirtha means devotees. Tirtha means holy place. Right? When Vidurji, he comes to Hastinapura and Yudhishthira Maharaj glorifying him, Tirtha kurvanti tirthani. You are the walking pilgrimage place. Right? Those who go into holy places just to see and take bath and sightseeing and touch the temple. People coming to temple, going around the temple, doing parikrama, touching the temple and going out. Something like coming to the hospital, doing hospital parikrama, touching parikrama, coming to reception, touching reception also, and going back. Neither they met doctor, never did check-up, never know about their disease, nothing. Never they bought any medicine, just parikrama of the hospital. Very wise, huh? So similarly, people, they don't understand. They're leaking bottle of honey without opening the bottle neck. But to do that, we have to surrender, bow down, Mr. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. We have to bow down. I always give this example of the bottle. It was one bottle and it was like bottleneck. And bottleneck asked the bottle, my dear brother bottle, you give water to everyone, but you never give water to me. I am the close life member of your, I am the family member. There is no one more close than me, but you never give me even one drop of water. What is this? And the bottle said, my dear bottleneck, everybody coming to me from down, so I am giving. And you sitting on my head, how I can give you? So if you want to understand, you have to stand under, stand. Surrender, under, stand, not upstand, understand. But very often happens, there are obstacles. We discussed the other day, that even disciple comes, when he comes first time, new devotees, new Sikhan, so sincere, dasa anudasa. Gopi Bhartur Padakamalayo. But then the moment he getting initiation, I wanted to discuss to you is this, though I didn't know which shloka will be today, but seems like appropriate. What does it mean to surrender? That's what Ramayana teaches us. The proper way of to surrender. Because some people coming with some motivation, they, Mukmenam Bahal Michori, they coming with their second plan number B. If that doesn't work, I have another plan. Doesn't work like that. Surrender means unconditional surrender. If Krishna willing, I'll just touch this point. Very, very important. What does it mean to surrender? To come to the spiritual master, Sharanagati, Pranipat, tadvidhi Pranipatina Pariprashnena Sevaya. So this is very important. Unless we surrender ourselves to the will of the Supreme Lord, which comes to the spiritual master, there is no chance. That's why Nayamatma balahinena labhyanamidhaya na bahunam shrutena. You can never impress Krishna by your tapasya, by changing dress color, whatever, or putting big tilak, or big sari or dhoti. doesn't make sense to Krishna, really doesn't. You cannot impress Krishna by anything. Krishna has everything. What Krishna needs, he needs something. I can tell you what's our realization. Prasada lesha nugrihita eva hi janati tattvam. Prasada lesha, we need a little bit mercy. Muninda vrinda vandite triloka shoka harini prasanna vaktra pankajeni kunja bhuvilasini. Vrajendra bhanunandini vrajendra susangate kada karishyasi hamam kripa kataksha bhajanam. It's called kripa kataksha. You know, kataksha means corner of the eye. We need to do something. I was telling this example yesterday. One devotee, one small kid, Gurukula kid, came to me and he gave one photo, one picture in Kathmandu, in Nepal. And in that picture he wrote, make few pictures. And in one side of the picture was one devotee brahmachari comes and opening the curtain of the deities and peeping inside, trying to see Krishna. And another part of the picture, the same brahmachari taking broom and cleaning the temple room. And Krishna opening the curtain, ting, and looking. And he wrote there, don't try to see Krishna. Try to do something so Krishna can see you. So that's the principle. In this short life, very short life, Prahlad Maharaj explains, how much time we have? No time. 60, 70 years, bicharas, we are just struggling, pulling on, trying to survive. Kutumba baranenava. Yatha griha kshetra sutaptavitar. Kutumba. Running the family and making money in such a struggle, man. It's such a struggle. And half life we are sleeping at night. Then we're going for education and then work job and getting visa permit and whatnot, working hard. But this human life, nayam atma, nayam deho deho bhajam nariloka, kashtam kaman arhatu bhujam ye. Tapodivyam putrakaye na satvam tasmat shudyat brahma sukham tvanantam. This life is not meant for working very hard like donkey. Bhujamye, those who are eating stew, animals, working very hard. No need. Relax, easy, take it easy. Doesn't mean that we have to be lazy. Easy and lazy is not equated. It means working very hard. No lazy intelligent, Prabhupada said. Once he said there is 4 kinds of people. Lazy intelligent, busy intelligent. Lazy fool, busy fool. Prabhupada said once in the lecture. And he said lazy intelligent means like, advocate or high court, or some lawyer. No, cheating, nothing on his table, nothing. Only one mobile telephone. And some phone comes. Prr, prr. Yes, sir. Oh, we have some tax inspector, some problem. So, okay, such and constitution, law, such and book, paragraph, such and such. You have to do this, okay? Okay, thank you, sir. Next day, this guy comes. Thank you, sir. We saved our tax, $1 million. It's your commission, 10,000. Please take. Okay, doing nothing. Give advice, got his salary. That's all. It's called lazy intelligence. Buddhim yasya balam tasya. Who has intelligence, he is very lazy intelligent. Somebody asked Srila Prabhupada in morning walk, Srila Prabhupada, what does it mean intelligence? What does it mean intelligence? And Prabhupada didn't say anything. He was keep walking, looking in his pocket. And continue walking. And Prabhupada, you didn't understand. What is the intelligence? Prabhupada again looked at his pocket and keep walking. Prabhupada, we're asking, what is intelligence? And Prabhupada stops it. If you have money, you have intelligence. No money, no intelligence. Very practical definition of intelligence. In Russian language we say, if you're so smart, why are you so poor? If you're so smart, why are you so poor? I'm so smart, such a big preacher. Parispalena parichiyate, show me. But I'm big preacher, show me something. Prabhupada said, show me, what is your preaching? Big words. People, they don't care how much you know. People want to know how much you care. They want to see, because nowadays people are very smart. With ChatGPT and Mr. AI, you cannot impress people by information. People need experience. It's called Shakti Parinamavada. That's why how it's important not to eat food by telephone, by looking in telephone. That's why physical presence of sadhu very important, because you're getting energy. You're getting the point? Very important. Bhakti parishanubhavotri ekakala. So it's such experience, anubhava. And what sadhus they do, in 3rd Canto Bhagavatam, 5th chapter, text number 3, it is said, they traveling all over the world out of compassion by seeing this suffering people, adharmasya shilasya sudukhitasya, because they're misbehaving, they're not following dharma. As a result, they're so unfortunate, so frustrated, misguided civilization, totally. That's why this movement meant to create revolution in the minds of misguided civilization, right? Janatasya viplavo. Viplava means revolution, nothing less, nothing more. Revolution means, are you ready for revolution? Evolution. And revolution only possible with the evolution of consciousness. So our consciousness means to surrender, and we don't want to surrender. One guy came to doctor and asking, doctor, I have a problem. I cannot sleep properly. What happened? You know, every night I am playing football with asses. And I'm playing football with them. This guy is screaming so loudly and, kicking, and I'm playing football with them. Cannot sleep. I said, can you do something about that? So doctor said, okay, I have very nice medicine for you, super medicine. I'll give you 2 tablets. Take all of them, and you'll be sleeping like finished. No any dream, nothing. You'll wake up tomorrow morning completely fresh and rejuvenated. Okay? Okay, doctor, give me this. So you take today evening, and you'll sleep all night nicely. So this guy said, doctor, should I take today, or can I take it from tomorrow? I said, what's the problem with today? Take today. No. Today is final. I want to... Today is final. Olympics with asses, Today is final. I want just to see... People, they don't want to wake up. They want to remain in the dream. Somebody who is sleeping, it's very easy to wake him up, really. Hey! But somebody who is pretending to sleep, he is not sleeping. Man convinced against his will of the same opinion still. So that's why many people in this world, they just don't want to wake up. They don't want God. They don't want God. Why? Because you have to surrender and you have to give up everything. No, you should not give up. Bhagavad Gita was not given to sannyasi, Tyagi, Mahamandaleshwar. No, it was given to Arjuna, and Arjuna was a king, Raja Rishi. He was a king. All planet was on the tip of his fingers. He was controlling all world. He had, how many wives, Arjuna had? Who knows? 4, correct. Arjuna had 4 wives, not 1 wife. Now, Kutumba Baranina, even to run one family with 1 wife is such a challenge nowadays. We're getting so many complaints nowadays. But Arjuna was very well-to-do person. And knowledge was given to the leaders. Yat acharati shrestha tat evitarojanaha sayat pramanam kurute lokastatan vartate. So, as they say in Hindi, Raja is Raja, Vaisa Praja. So, as a leader, everybody will follow the yat acharati shrestha. Shrestha means topmost person. So this knowledge really needs to be given to the people who are the leaders of society. So, and Lord Ram, he appeared in this world to teach us this very, very important principle. Yesterday we are very fortunate when it explained that when the moon, 9th day of bright part of the Chaitra months, when moon enters this, Purnavasu Nakshatra, all planets become exalted, in exaltation. They are in ecstasy, everybody enjoying. Wow, Supreme Lord appeared in this world. They are celebrating this appearance. Question comes, as a Vaishnavas, we don't usually worshipping Shri Ram. It's Shri Sampradaya, Ranuja Sampradaya, it's different Sampradaya. Why we as a Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya worshipping Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman? Well, as they say, tika marne ke liye. We are working this for just as a respect, or we actually putting our heart in that. We are not giving actually full attention to that. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu particularly, he was teaching was very, very important lesson in surrender. There is a wonderful text. In Bhagavatam also, There's a beautiful text is there in 11th Canto Bhagavatam, 5th chapter, text number 34. When Karabhajana Muni, he was requested, described as the Kali Yuga Avatara. Interesting. So in this very, very famous text, Tyaktva Sudushita Surepshita Raja Lakshmim Dharmishta Arya Vachasaya Dagadaranyam Mayam Brigam Daitaye Psitaman Vadhavat Vande Mahapurushate Charanarvindam. It's actually, of course, text has three meaning, which describes Ramachandra, right? Who actually Tyaktva Sudusrija Surepshita Raja Lakshmim, who left everything by the order of saintly person who was Dasharatha Maharaj. He left such a kingdom, opulence, and went to the forest. And he was running a Maya Mrigam Dayapsitam Anvadhavat. And he was running behind a deer for Sita Maharani, golden deer. Mriga. Mriga means also different meanings are there, animal. And then also description, but he wanted to protect Sita, to save Sita, living entity. This verse describes also Sri Krishna, because also he was going to forest and he was pasturing the cows, also Mriga, animals, one of the meaning. And he, also this text describes also Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who left Vishnupriya, his mother, opulence, being Supreme Personality of Godhead. He went to the forest of material existence and he was running behind animal-like. Mriga means, it's called Maya Mrigam. Mriga means also toy. Mriga means animal who running after Maya. Looking, Maya Mrigam, they're running after Maya. All over this world. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to the forest of material existence to chase these living entities and embrace them and bring them back. Like that. And he left all the comfortable zone. He went out of comfortable zone. And he taught us this principle. Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga. His life was his lecture. So we can see, but when we're giving this Vairagya, and by getting this Vairagya, but we're not getting opportunity to serve a Tirtha Sevaya, service to Tirtha. Tirtha means, devotees. I was mentioning, why devotee is called Tirtha? Anyone knows the meaning of Tirtha? What does it mean, Tirtha? Holy place. Any other meaning? No, that's holy places, that's true. I'll give you a brief explanation. When you have very, very strong current, like I came now, we have in Nepal, we have Kaligandaki. We have one really Madini river. We had now for nearly 2 weeks, 10 days, we had retreat with nearly 100 brahmacharis in Himalayas. Just we got lost for 10 days and we just simply dancing, feasting, no watch even looking, just whatever. Like, Nityananda Prabhu, he was dancing for 72 hours, forgetting where is Ganga, where is Navadvipa. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sent him, go to Navadvipa and preach. All right. Where is Ganga? Oh, it's 20 kilometers behind. Okay, let's go. They lost completely GPS. GPS means Guru Parampara system. They completely mad, actually. That's exactly what Dhruva Maharaj is saying. Bhaktir muhuh prabhatam tvaime prasango bhuyat anantamahatam amalasayanam yenan jasal burum vasanam bababdhim nisye bhavat gunakathamrita panamatha. Pana means intoxicated. My dear Lord, this material world is full of dangers, blazing dangers. Like in the ocean is fish, shark, just ready to devour you and eat you up and spit you like there's only bones. Lust, greed, anger, on the side of the road. And you'll be left in the oblivion of history. Nobody will remember even you. Right? So many dangers. Padam padam yasvi padam natesham. So many slips between cup and lips. But my dear Lord, as for me, I don't care. I'm not afraid. Why? Because I'm intoxicated by your gunakathamrita. I'm just completely intoxicated by your holy names and glory. Nivritta tarsaya upagiyamanas bhava aushadhi chotra manobhiramat sa uttama shloka gunanuvadin. This is actually aushadhi, medicine for my heart. That's why I'm intoxicated by your katha. And that's why 11 Canto Bhagavatam says, devotee of the Lord, he's chanting and dancing, oblivious to all what's happening around him. Who cares? You are crazy. I am crazy. Hari Bab. You are fool. Yes, I am fool. Anything else? Thank you, sir. But you are very fool. Very fool. Thank you. Once, Srila Prabhupada once said to all his disciples, you are fools. And everybody did. And one disciple was saying, yes, Prabhupada, I am fool. Except you, everybody fool. Because to understand that you are fool requires intelligence. That's why you are intelligent. It requires understanding. Actually, I am fool. And when you completely understood that you are a hopeless case, then only you can surrender. Once, how much time I have? Because you have to give me mantra to stop me. So, 15 minutes, okay. It was one guru and disciple came to him. Guruji, can I get initiation? Because I am already in Krishna consciousness 2.5 months. And Guru see this guy is a little bit puffed up, because he did some engineering college and he came from very well-to-do family and he's a Jalmaishwarya Sutasri. He just kind of, it's of course externally, nah, Gurudev. Don't try to cheat Guru, okay? Guru has some X-ray machine. He can screen you in 2 minutes. He can understand your mentality. There's so many symptoms by which you understand. Actually, it takes experience in life. To just coming somebody, like in Nepalese they call chaplusi, chaplusi is, there's a flatterer, Prabhu, it's so becomes too much sweet, Prabhu, I am your dasa anudasa, Prabhu. So sweet, it's like diabetes already. It's feeling like spiritual diabetes already. Can you be practical? Too much flattering. Prabhu, I'm your dasa. You see? Actually, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains in his commentary to 10th Canto Bhagavatam, there are two kinds of people. Sadhu and asadhu. Sadhu, his words are very bitter like neem leaf. But truth, as a woman cannot become half pregnant, as a man cannot become half dead. Similarly, truth cannot become half. And sometimes sadhu decides, okay, chindanti shastrani. It's truth. You have to accept. You have to digest. He can tell some stories sometimes just to make it easy, to make you laugh, but it's truth. But people, they don't like to accept it. Those who are attached to this material world, they don't want to accept it. So his words are like neem leaf, sadhu. Sadhuttara, higher than sadhu, he can see good and bad, but he prefers to speak about good. That's his prerogative, this is his nature. He sees good and bad, but he prefers to speak about good. So much dust in the street, why we have to speak about dust? Right? Even moon has black spots, what's the big deal? Sadhuttama, higher than sadhuttara, sadhuttama. Higher than sadhuttara is a person who can see 1% of good and 99% of bad. But he speaks about 1% of good and inflaming it, and out of 1% he making 99%. He actually can, you have sometimes this kind of device in India I have seen, with some pipe or bamboo, they're fanning, and that small spark, like His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu, this very nice website, fanning the spark. We have to fan that spark of good qualities. Because everybody has some good qualities, like flower has piece of honey there, like drop of honey there. But those who cannot collect the honey, he'll never taste the sweetness of the honey. And Ati Sadhuttama is a person who can see good qualities even in a person who doesn't have any good qualities. Still he can find out some good qualities. An example he gives of the Grihastha, whose house was completely looted and stolen. Everything was stolen, plain, everything. Empty house. This guy wake up with his wife. Wow, what a nice people came today at night. And the wife said, are you crazy? See, look, nothing is left. No, they're very nice, they're very kind. They could have been killed us, but they mercifully left us and spared us. They're so kind. So he can find still some good quality. And asadhu, he explains, asadhu, asadhuttara, asadhuttama. Asadhu, his words is so ha 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 ha, so sweet, so oti bhakti chori lokhan, it's called in Bengali. Too much bhakti, symptom of thief. Something wrong with that guy. Huh? That story of Sanatana Goswami and that hotel keeper. Ha ha ha, Maharaj, come, you're so great. Why he's so flatterer to me? Ishana, do you have money? So like that. So chaplusi, there's those who are flatterers. They will never say behind what they are saying to you in front of you. And the betrayers, they call gaddar. They are betrayers. They never say in front of you what they are saying behind you. So this kind of people, very toxic, very dangerous people. But that's another topic. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he explains that Tirtha, devotees, they are actually very dear to Krishna. And Tirtha, like we have, I just got lost, we had this retreat, and we had this big river, there is muddy river in Himalayas. Muddy, very heavy current, and big stones there. And once you're in that current, it will just, you cannot do anything about that, it will just drag you. River of material existence taking us to the ocean of birth and death. So if you really want to swim back to Krishna, you have to learn how to swim against the current. Very important. Gargamuni Brahmananda Prabhu, they were telling that when their mother came and she was screaming at Prabhupada, "You took my children! Give me back my children!" Because Gargamuni Brahmananda, they were two brothers. They came and surrendered to Prabhupada. "They're crazy! Give my children back!" Have you had this experience? I had a lot of experience. Yesterday I was sharing this experience. Maybe I'll share with you later. I happened to be an army commando officer, and then when I became devotee, devotees cheated me. One guy in the street, he gave me the book. "Are you army man?" I said, "Yes, I am army man. I have one book about war for you, Bhagavad Gita." Very smart, this Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, people, this is about war. I said, "What war? What is what? It's science of war." "Oh, really? But it's only for VIP people." "Are you VIP?" "Of course I am VIP. It's for you." So like that. And I took the book and nothing about war. And the first line, open morning time, VIP came home. I was so tired after my army duty. I came to home and opened this one. Dhritarashtra Vacha, and I stuck in the mud of Sanskrit, It took me 10 minutes to read one line. I said, "Wow, that's far out book, huh?" And whenever I read next line, I went to sleep. So I was reading this book just to get my sleeping pill. I had to sleep myself. Very difficult to understand and penetrate. Without the mercy. Prasada lesha nugrihita. We need some mercy. But anyway, I completed that book and now I see the result, what to do. But when we became devotee, everything goes against you. The moment you're inviting Krishna to Gokula of your heart, all demons start to come out. Putana, Agasura, Bakasura, all these people. Oh no! And there's Mriga, this is toys, meaning Mriga is a toys, and Krishna breaking these toys like a baby, Agasura, Bakasura, Trinavarta, everybody like that. Uddhava, he's saying that. See, he broke all these toys, which Uncle Kansa sent to his nephew, send him toys. Okay, Mamaji, thank you very much, boom, boom. And ultimately he finished the uncle also. What a game. So, yes. So when there's a very heavy current of that river, and you cannot cross that river, cannot. But there is place where water getting narrow, a little bit, like up to the knees or something, like very, very less. And the place where you can easily cross by foot or by some jeep, by car, possible. It's not deep. That's called tirtha. So similarly, devotees, in association of devotees, To cross this material ocean becomes much easy. It's very easy. Oh, it's not tough. It's very easy. Prabhupada said it's a very easy process. Krishna consciousness is very simple, but not easy. But Prabhupada presented it in such a way, he said, it's simple. Ato shraddha tata sadhusanga bhajana kriya nartha nivrittisya tata nishtha. And then bhava, then prema, and that's just easy. You have shraddha, that's why you came here. Otherwise, why did you come? Because you have some faith, you came. And then sadhusanga, ato shraddha tata sadhusanga. We are doing Bhagavatam discussion, so sadhusanga going on, it's already going on, so that's also done. And then bhajana kriya, you chanting Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhupada, you're doing bhajan already kriya. You already started your bhajan, you're waking up for Mangalarati, you're coming, you're following principles, it's bhajana kriya. And then nishtha. Nishtha, you're coming every day, right? So you're not coming once in a blue moon. You're coming, yes, Prabhupada. Okay. And then nishtha is a bhava. Sometimes you're doing kirtan with such an emotions, and sometimes I can see tears in your eyes. So you already have bhava. True, Prabhupada. So prema is just behind the corner, it's just nearby. If only we knew that there is also some details to that. There is anartha nivritti, and there is, Utsahamai, Ganatarala, Vyuhavikalpa, Tarangarangini, so many other things. What are you talking about? Nacho gao khao. Take and drink and dance, and that's easy. And Srila Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj said, Prabhupada cheated us. If only we knew from beginning that this is so complicated. Kalah balina indriya vairi varga. Shri Bhakti marga hakantaka koti rudhaha. Hahak koyami vikalah kimaham karomi. Chaitanya chandra dinadya kripam karosi. If Chaitanya, this Bhakti Marga full of thorns, when you're walking on this path, so many thorns, very difficult to walk. When one thorn goes inside your foot in Govardhan Parikrama, you cannot put the foot, you have to take it out. But can you imagine thousands of koti thorns, very difficult to walk. So many nuances, so many details, especially when you're dealing with Vaishnavas. Oh, Vaishnava paradha, Guru paradha, Nama paradha, Dhamma paradha, Jiva paradha, oh man, Tattva Vibrahma. Isn't it? I wrote one book actually, and anyway, that's another thing. It's about we give seminar 6 days about Vaishnava paradha. It's not easy. So, yes, Tirtha, Nahi Tirtha Sevaya. Devotees in their association becomes very easy. Sounds like that, and actually it is. We are dancing out from this material world. So ultimately, I wanted to speak about a different topic today actually. I wanted to speak about few lessons from Ramayana we can learn, and why we are worshipping Lord Ram. By his example, Lord Ram teaching us the principle. How to, there is commentary of Sri Sampradaya, Govinda Raja Acharya in Sri Sampradaya, Ramanuja Acharya. Shaila Purna, he gave these instructions to Ramanuja Acharya, and there's 18 principles. He gives commentary, 18 lessons we can learn from Ramayana, main mula. We discussed yesterday that first in Valmiki Ramayana, Valmiki asking Narada Muni about the person who has all good qualities. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavate sarvair gunai tatra samasate suraha. So all good qualities. That Purushottam, who is a Purushottam? Who is the greatest person on this planet? Because he wanted to hear about Ram, Jai Shri Ram. And Narada Muni, in next 92 verses, he explains him about Mula Ramayana. He tells him about all Ramayana. And describes the qualities of Shri Ram. And these acharyas, they give explanation. They giving 18 the main lessons we can learn. We cannot go through all of them, but we can mention just 4 for you. And that can be a 4-day seminar actually. Each and every principle can be taught in very deep. That's Lord Ram teaching us this. And it's very, very applicable as a Vaishnavas. And he says that first principle, he teaches the principle of surrender. What does it mean, surrender? What is actually Saranagati? He surrendered to the order of his father, Dasharath. Lakshman came and said, come on, let's kick this Dasharath out from this throne. Why you have to give up your throne? Come on. No, we have to follow the father. Even when Bharata came to forest, he said, brother, come back. And he told about the death of the father. He said, no, I am going to stay to fulfill the order of my father for 13 years. How to surrender. And it's not easy to surrender. It's not easy to surrender. It is said who to surrender to, whom not to surrender, how to surrender, principles of surrender, everything is taught there. Maybe sometimes we can also discuss those principles. Very interesting. Just to put tilak and just throw banana is not enough. No, true. I mean, seriously, my dear devotees, it's becoming ridiculous nowadays. People blindly waiting for 10 million years to throw banana. And they throw, now I'm initiated. So what? Now Guru will teach me. As if before nobody taught you. Sometimes it's freaking me out, Sometimes for 20 years you're feeding from the spoon somebody and then said, thank you, Patri Pr. From today I don't have time to serve you. I have to serve my Guru Maharaj. And said, hello, and what we were doing all these years? As if by throwing banana, sometimes even that spiritual master doesn't know his disciple. Just because he was recommended by somebody, he put stamp on him. That's very nice. Of course it's very nice. But he doesn't even know you. And Ram, he was teaching this principle. What's the principle of surrender? Like a very, very vague, very, very narrow understanding of what is the actually meaning of surrender. So like that. And it's he teaching us to whom to surrender. Valmiki, he says in Ramayana, who is Purushottama, whom we have to surrender. And Narada Muni says, this is Ram, this is Krishna, Ishvaraha Paramaha Krishnaha. He is the one. We have to surrender to Krishna. Mam ekam sharanam vraja. It's so obvious for us, isn't it? Not obvious, my dear devotees, not obvious. We are very lucky. We are very lucky. Not Indian people or Nepali people sometimes, I can feel that. They are not lucky. Because they had to go through all this puja, tantra, mantra, Ganesh, Shiva, Hanuman, 33 Koti Devata, all these, whom to surrender, this Naga puja, this tantra, mantra. Oh no, is coming, Naga puja also coming. For the Western people, it's easy, we just blank, start to write Hare Krishna from very beginning. By the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, don't underestimate his mercy. He just give us Shruti Saramekam. Like that. And many people, they have this kind of huge jungle in there. Why we have to surrender Krishna? Why? I mean, why? Why not Shiva? This conflict going on since time immemorial. Shivites and Vishnuites, Ganesha, Puja, you name it. Not obvious. Why I have to surrender this guy dancing with some girls there? Stealing butter. What is this? Yesterday I heard one discussion with one Muslim brother, Why we have to worship God who takes births and dies and taking in forests with dancing with women? They have no idea. Vichintya tattva. They can never get access there. They're not allowed to understand that God is independent. Transcendental autocrat. He can do whatever he wants. He's God. Somebody asked Prabhupada, Swamiji, how God can become a pig? Varahadev. And that also coming from the nostril. And became big pig. How possible for God to become pig? Prabhupada said, he is a boss. He can do whatever he wants. That's God. If God cannot become pig, he is not God. If God cannot become mosquito, he is not God. If God can do anything, something like that, he can do anything. That's why only those who are devotees, Prabhupada says in this commentary, he met 4 people, right? He means a king, Rajarisha, Rajaputra. He says, Mamaro Jiva. Jiva Mamaro, he says. And then he says, Prabhupada gives this lecture in the disappearance day of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he speaks this example. And then he meets Brahmachari, he said, Ma Jiva Maro, don't live, die. And then he meets Vaishnava, Va Jiva Va Maro, you live or die as you like. And then he meets the butcher, Ma Jiva Ma Maro, don't live, don't die. And Prabhupada explains that devotees, it doesn't matter living, dancing here, and then even if you die, you're going to die. Haribol, we're going to die. You're crazy, I'm crazy, we're going to die. Haribol. One devotee was so pessimistic, he was artist. And he was writing very, very bad arts, skeletons and his death, everything bad. And he was so depressed, Whenever he used to go to his company, some restaurants, some parties, nobody liked him because this guy is all, whenever he comes, everything bad. And he wearing such dirty skeletons here, everything bad, we're going to die. And everybody in material society, everybody were avoiding him. This guy is too much, Whenever he goes into die, death. And this guy also didn't want to accept any spirituality because we're going to die. What is the use? We're going to die. Completely pessimistic, depressed. And one day he saw Harinam. Why are you laughing? Why are you dancing? We're going to die. And one devotee said, yes, we're going to die. So it was like, ice break for this guy. We're going to die. Yes, we're going to die. Very strange reaction, huh? Let me join this party, And they brought him to temple. This guy speaking Jalma Mrityu Jala. He's speaking about death only, So happily they're speaking about death. I think this is my thing, I have to stay here. And he became devotee. And as a very famous Vaishnava in our society, his girlfriend, she has a dog, and she called the dog name Krishna. Not because she knew Krishna, she knew one Bengali poet. He was had name Krishna. So he liked, Krishna, come. Krishna, go, come. So like that. And one day dog didn't come home, lost somewhere. So she told this devotee, not devotee that time, boyfriend, hey, go and find Krishna. Go, where is Krishna? No Krishna, go find him. So this guy comes in, pant shorts and half short underwear, morning time. Krishna! Going in the street and screaming, Krishna! And all of a sudden this Harinam party coming. Can you imagine? Harinam going, Harinam, chanting holy name, and this guy coming, Krishna! So one devotee came and said, oh, are you looking for? Yes! Have you seen Krishna? Yes, we have seen Krishna. Come, we can show you. Take me to Krishna. Laulyam ekalam mulyam. So, such a strong desire. Show me Krishna. Where is Krishna? Hey Radhe Vrajadevi ki chalalite. Come. And they taking him to the temple. Not this Krishna. This four-legged Krishna, Oh, you mean Varahadeva? So no, dog Krishna, no. So devotee explained him everything so nicely as Hare Krishna, Hare Rama do. So and he gave him Bhagavatam set. So, this guy comes back home to his girlfriend. Did you find Krishna? I found Krishna. He took Bhagavatam set, took money and left, and he became no one else but Kadambakanana Maharaj. You know that? So, silence. Yes, miracle takes place. From zero, man become hero. And if you'll take the stories, how you became devotees, you can write a book. We have in Russia, that's one book. It's called How Did I Come to Krishna Consciousness? Chaitanya Chandra Charan, disciple of Srila Jayataka Swami Maharaj, he wrote one nice book. He collected the stories, how devotees became devotees. It's mind-blowing. You'll be laughing, you'll be just, oh no, is it possible like that? Yes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's going. He goes to the forest and looking for this, Maya Mriga, those who are running in this way. He going and grabbing them, Nityananda Prabhu especially. Grabbing them, whether they're qualified or not qualified. And if you didn't drown that in the ocean of bhakti, he drowning you by force. You have to drown there. Like that. So, how to surrender? Okay, let me just... second lesson is actually whom to surrender. And then another lesson is very, very important. How to surrender? Through the representative. You cannot surrender directly. Cannot. Only he teaches us how to surrender through the representative also. And what will be the result of surrender? Result will be, anyone knows? What will be the result of surrender? Some say, oh, protection. Of course, it's protection. He describes the qualities of the person to whom, if you surrender, who is qualified to be surrendered to, and who is not qualified to be surrendered. What is the wrong surrender. Lord Ram teaching us the same thing. When he surrendered to the ocean. Remember that story? This is Govindaraj, he explains that this example of wrong surrender is like when Ram, he had to make the Lanka, the Setu Banda go to Lanka, and he offered prayers to the ocean, Devata, please. And then finally this guy is not surrendering, and I'll show. So it means when somebody comes to surrender, but he has some plan B. If this will not work, then I'll do this. It doesn't work. So he taught us the lesson. So, or if this guru doesn't work, I'll take initiation from another one. You see? No, doesn't work like that. You have to surrender means fully surrender. But for that we have to give up false ego. Do I have 1 more minute to tell one story about the surrender? So, and as a result of surrender, you will get opportunity to serve. Protection and other results you will get, definitely you will get. But you will get opportunity to serve. You will be allowed to the inner circle, and you will be allowed to enter to the intimate circle of service. Srila Prabhupada explains that in first canto Bhagavatam, when he speaks about the Purañjana, and then he becomes next life, after this he becomes Vaidarbhi. And he become Vaidarbhi, she getting married with Malayadwaja king, and king become killed, and she is sitting and crying. Why you left me? Why are you crying? On the body of the husband. And then small Brahmana boy comes. Why are you crying, my dear queen? My husband. Are you crying? Said, don't cry. Susukham kar tum abhi. Don't you understand? I am your best friend. What do you mean best friend? And it's, of course, Paramatma. Paramatma, he came and started to give instructions. The small boy, the Paramatma, started to give instructions. And Prabhupada writes very nicely in the commentary. When disciple, during his lifetime, he was surrendering to spiritual master's order and serve him selflessly all his life. Even spiritual master disappears from this realm. Like Malayadwaja, his husband, Vaidarbhi, she is a wife, and disciple and guru compared to the husband and wife. If wife is chaste, Bafadar, and if guru is bona fide, then bhakti will be born. So similarly, as a wife healthy and husband potent, baby will be born. So similarly, when disciple serving his spiritual master all his life, dedicating Guru Deva Tatma, making his orders a life and soul, after departure of spiritual master or disappearance of guru, he will start to hear instruction directly from Paramatma, Prabhupada writes. Directly, it's not mystical experience, it's practically you can start to get guidance from Paramatma. And Prabhupada says, he will get the similar opportunity to preach as his spiritual master. He will get opportunity to serve. Surrender means you can get the entrance to the realm of service to Krishna. You cannot enter directly to Krishna. Krishna says in Agni Purana, those who are saying they are my devotees, they are not my devotees. Those who are devotees of my devotees, dasa anudasa bhavitasmi bhuya, they are my devotees. Gopi Bhartur Padakamala, you are dasa anudasa. So, but to become that, we have to pay price. It's not for free. What's that price? Because when we don't have that false ego destruction in our heart, dhuli sadrisham vichintaya, the moment we're throwing banana, and just because we know 2.5 extra shlokas in Sanskrit, and we sometimes can snore in Sanskrit, Janma Aishwarya Sutta Sri. Such people become puffed up and become more smart than Guru after some time. It's guaranteed. They becoming more puffed up and they becoming, Guru doesn't understand what he's doing. It's only a question of time when that false ego not destroyed, just simply merely external banana throw, and the false ego is not destroyed, and there is no one who catch your ear, tape recorder, MP3 player, ISKCON.desire.com, audio, download lectures will never make you humble. It's very nice, became popular, audio book, ISKCON, download lecture, listen, or some new story, I'll use it in my lecture. And we copy paste so we can give nice, eloquent classes, very impressive classes, so people can, why, Jaya Jaya Prabhu, Hari Bol, Chaplusi, so many people now, they start to glorify you. But, feels good. One pujari came to me in Kathmandu long back, and he dressed beautifully deities, and he came, Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami, darshan opened, and I'm watching, and he came to me, Patri Prabhu, do you know who was dressing the deities today? And I said, I don't know. That devotee said, please guess. Just guess. I understand that this is the guy. But I said, I don't know. I wanted to make a point. I don't know. Try. He was really desperate to get his name from my mouth. No, I really don't know. Me, don't you understand? Me. I was dressing deities today. I said, wow, really? Yes. So ultimately, he was not dressing deities. He was dressing his false ego. He wanted to be glorified. Sometimes Pujari comes on the altar. I've seen a couple of times, not here in India. Guys comes on the altar and just making some t-shirt. Like, something like, and you get lost behind the curtain, nobody should even see you. No, they're coming and everybody looking at him, not in the deities. So this is not the point. So it was one disciple, and he came to Guru, can you give me initiation, Guru Maharaj? And Guru said, okay, I'll give you initiation, but only one condition. What's the condition? You go and bring me somebody who is equal or doesn't have qualities which you have, who is equal to you, or somebody who doesn't have qualities which you have, who is less than you. But it's easy. Just go anywhere, because I am such a super pooper duper. He came out and he started to find some people, and he came to some tree. Well, tree, nothing. He just let me bring some tree to Guruji. And then, no, but tree gives some fruits. Very valuable. Who doesn't have any value? No, it's valuable, still has, very interesting. No, okay, let me find, and he started to find some good qualities in everyone. After Nidhyasanam, he started to, actually he's a valuable guy. I cannot do what he does. What you can do, I cannot do. What I can do, what you cannot do. But, what we cannot do, he can do. So he started to find saragrahi, good qualities in others. Then finally he could not find anyone. Everybody has some good qualities, which I don't have. Then finally he found some stool, stool. Oh, it's obnoxious, it's very ridiculous, but maybe this one I can bring to Guruji. It doesn't have any meaning of useless. Okay, let me take this. And all of a sudden this stool started to speak to him as a Paramatma through the heart. Hey! Just yesterday I was a very beautiful, sweet gulab jamun. By after associating with you, I became like this. Just see what is your association did to me. Oh, this guy said, oh no. Then this was nice gulab jamun. I spoiled this guy, And then somehow he found some worm inside. Oh, maybe I can take this guy, because it's of no use. Worm in the stool. Well, let me bring. And then this same stool tells him, hey, this worm will make me manure. And because of manure, I will have some meaning, some value. And some tree will grow because of me. Because of this worm, he will make value. After associating with the worm, I will become some kind of worthy existence. And after associating with you, I became stool. But after associating with this worm, I will become manure, I will become, valuable stuff which can produce a nice fertile soil. Therefore, worm better than you. Correct. So this disciple came to Guru, did Dandavat. Guru Maharaj, I didn't find anyone. I'm worse than worm in the stool, actually. Said, okay, now I can give you initiation. So that's qualification. We actually have to feel ourselves. We are useless. Without Vaishnavas, we are a hopeless case. Really. Then only, not only Vaishnavas, only me and that super international Guruji, or that super Vaishnava who is very senior, and others, they're not seniors. Anyone can teach us a lesson, anyone. And Paramatma can speak through, I was just Giving this example, maybe last example which I share with you. Shall I? Actually, we are not qualified at all. Really not. We are just mercy case. I remember, and it's maybe appropriate to say this here because I know I spoke with that person. He is now in Australia. What amazing movie, huh? Krishna does. So once I joined New Bhakta. I just left my army. My army kicked me out. My family kicked me out. It's another story. So I became nowhere, man. And for 3 years I was working as a sweeper on the street. I didn't know every night I didn't know where I'm going to sleep because my family kicked me out from the house. My mom told me, don't come home. We are ashamed of you. Okay, get out from here. All this kind of some ghost. You're like ghost, like antenna, internet, like alien. Because we are Christian and you just kind of get out from here. So I didn't know where to sleep. And we got some small flat. Those days, it was the 80s, 90s, no temples, KGB, all this stuff. Very, very sensitive time. I didn't know where to stay, no temples like this, nothing. And I was staying in one flat. And our regional secretary, Patri Pr, his name, he called, and those days were this telephone. Finger become painful when it's dialing 0. You have to wait for 1 minute when this come back again. Now it is already. So this phone call came and I got the phone. One spiritual master coming to Ukraine, Kharkiv city. And you have to find some artist. We have to make, those days also no print out, no photocopy, nothing. It's just like people used to take brush and make this kind of advertisement with a brush, with colors. So you have to make advertisement that spiritual master of international guru comes and you have to find some place where to conduct the program, hire some place. It's okay. I didn't know anyone. I knew Bhakta, completely new Bhakta. I didn't have even dhoti. I used to put some army night dress, white, and so funny. Pakka, like clown. And we used to put bed sheet. No dhotis that time. I used to put bed sheet. And with that bed sheet, we used to go and do Harinam on the street. Now I'm thinking twice, could I do it now? And that time, you can call it ignorance or innocence, whatever. We just were so crazy. So I put bed sheet, and I remember my father, after army uniform, when he saw me first time on the street in the bed sheet, he became green, yellow, blue. And I said, Papa, I don't know you! Don't come close! It was amazing actually. So anyway, and that phone call came, go and find artist, okay? And put telephone, okay, what to do, artist, what artist? I don't know any artist. But I had one guy, because we had some kind of gathering programs those days in 90s. And some students used to come, like we have this Bhakti Vrikshas. And he used to come, and I knew one guy was doing artist, he was artist. And okay, let me call that guy. His name was Dima. So I called him. Hello? Oh, hello. Dima, some guru coming, can you do some art for them? I'm busy, I'm doing my exam and some, don't disturb me guys. Boom, and they dropped the telephone. What to do? I didn't know any artist anymore, no one. This is the only artist I knew. All right, so I make a deal with Krishna. Okay, Krishna, bed sheet, what to lose? Nothing to lose. Because I said, Krishna, one thing I read in the scriptures that you are like Paramatma, you're in the heart of everyone. So now I'm going to this big urban city, millions of people living, and I'm going to find artists. Where? I don't know. But I'm going in the street and I'm going to ask each and everyone, whoever I meet, where is the artist? Maybe this is the last thing people thinking about, but I'll ask them, whatever they say, I'll go there. So I came on the street, very, very determined. Some old lady walking, Mother, where is the artist? What? Artist. Tell me where to go. Okay, go straight and left and I just like radar, going whatever they say. And then some boys playing football or something. Hey guys, I need artist. Where is the artist? Uncle, we don't know. Tell me something. Okay, go this street and go there. So for a few hours I was wandering in the city like that. And finally I came to the art academy. So art academy, this artist. So I went in the reception, some old lady sitting, and said, Mother, I need artist. everybody artist here, So, no, you have to tell me where to go. Go upstairs. So I on staircase, I went to the first floor, and then I came. So many people running, students. It was break between them, classes, running, and I caught one guy. Wait, I need artists. Hey, you crazy? Everybody artists here. What do you want? No, you have to tell me where to go. And there's so many classrooms, So, go to this room. Straight away, he said, go to this room. Okay, I'm just simply following. Opening the door. And in that classroom, no one is there. Just no one. I said, so what to do? That's the dead end. There's nowhere to go. Maybe from the window I have to jump, that's all. So then, but then I about to close the door, but then I said, excuse me, I open again, and I saw there is one stand, it's called easel, this when they're putting the painting, and just some stand, easel. And behind that I saw two legs. Somebody's still there. So, excuse me, and I again open, but nobody coming out, nobody coming out, so still two legs there. But now I am determined, no, these two legs are there, must be, like, open, so nobody come out. So I did, open, and then after a few attempts, some face came out, and that was the Dima. And his eyes like Jagannath, How did you find me? Then I was laughing, I said, see. I mean, can you imagine, and then I told him, see, this is the case. You see, by the way, now we have case, we have situation here. So I told him, and I explained to him, I have to do it something. So he wrote it, somehow he had to write all this advertisement, and later on he went for the lecture also to that guru, and he all became inspired. We have to be inspired before we are expired. So he became inspired, and later on he became wonderful artist of BBT and ISKCON, Dinabandhu Prabhu. So he is now in Australia. I hope I will meet him in Brisbane. No? He is there? Where is he now? So like that, things happens. So we don't know, we simply have to be the instruments in the hands of Krishna. Nimitta matra bhava savyasachin. But for that we have to just simply, nothing to lose, no pride, nothing to hide, surrender complete to his lotus feet. And by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we got this life experience. He gave up everything to fulfill order of his spiritual master. And it's simple, but not easy. Nowadays people saying, well, anybody can do. There is a very famous joke. They say, it was the job which everybody could do. And everybody knew that there is a job which anybody can do, but nobody did it. And everybody became angry with somebody who didn't do the job which everybody can do, but nobody did it. Everybody knew that preaching is the essence, but nobody did it. When Prabhupada did it, and nobody could do what Prabhupada did, because he had done it already. So now people say, I also could have done it. Why didn't you do it? Why didn't you do it? Hippies, drug addicts, and all this stuff. So much struggling. We know that Prabhupada's story. But people distracted by so many mystical power, opulence and money and karma and jnana and yoga. But very few devotees. One guy came, magician. I happened to be in Las Vegas 1 year ago. And he's like very, very famous magician. He disappeared even Statue of Liberty. He stopped this big band in London. Miracle he does. So one guy came to Srila Prabhupada and he manifested some pigeon, some apple, and he showed the apple to Prabhupada. See, that's my magic. And if you're superior than me, show me your magic. What is your magic? Prabhupada was very grave. So confirmed. He said, actually, he looked back and there's so many boys and girls, with tilak and sari, shaved head. Prabhupada came, I came to save you. And people ask him in America, what? You came us to save or shave? Both. So, and because Prabhupada's pronunciation was in Indian, I came to save you. And American language is like, putting some hot potato inside. actually, oh, wow, like potato inside. So, and their pronunciation was Indian pronunciation is also save or shave, both. So, and you want miracle? That's my miracle. Few months ago, they were hippies, drug addicts, and said now they're pure Vaishnavas. And I came. That guy still keeping that apple in his hand. Can you show the miracle? And Prabhupada said, as for miracle, I came along to this country in 1965. I sat down in Tompin Square Park and started to do Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He was not big singer, Michael Jackson or something. No, he was just simply praying for all of us. I came in 1965. And then I traveled all over the world and I opened 108 temples. And every temple has a beautiful deity. And every temple has a big kitchen, huge kitchen. And in every kitchen there is big refrigerator. And in every refrigerator there is hundreds of apples there. What is your nonsense, one apple? Bhakti resided in your heart like the nectar in the golden pot. Did you drink the milk of lioness in Australia? You can available milk of lioness, only camel milk, no? Nobody drank the milk of lioness? I also didn't. Because lioness feeding the milk, right? Not some Pepsi Cola or something. But the milk of lioness only cubs can drink. It was very, very hot, like acid. Human stomach not meant for drinking lioness milk. And in order to keep that milk, you need to have golden pot. It used sometimes for Ayurveda, like poison of the snake. Sometimes they're using like milli, those for the tonics, for the old people, for diseased people. So lioness milk also used for the tonic. But with permission of government you can get, and the vessel should be golden, because any other metal will be dissolved and destroyed by that liquid. So similarly, name of Lord Chaitanya is Singha Chaitanya. His chest is like a lion, his voice like a lion, This story is there in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So similarly, his mercy, Mahavadanya Krishna Prema Pradayate. It's like, nectar. But to keep that nectar in your heart, you have to have a golden heart. That's why I make one poem for Srila Prabhupada. Golden heart, golden pot, I call that poem. Bhakti resided in your heart like the nectar in the golden pot. You were very kind and smart to spread the love of God. Through angry ocean had to cross, 2 times got heart attack. So personally, Supreme Lord, your pot had to protect. So even single drop of nectar may never outspill. The ocean calm became and still by Lord Shri Krishna's will. By distributing nectar wide, you relieved the earth from the pain. You saved so many fallen souls who were living lives in vain. You helped us, Lord Govinda, meet. To you is our tribute. Let planet Earth embrace your feet and offer you salute. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grantarad Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapurana ki. Gaura Premanande. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Sometimes time is too less. Thank you very much for your kind participation and wonderful smiles. Hare Krishna. deserves a hope, a chance, a place to grow, the room to dance. Hold no pride in the power of praise in those lives which you have raised. For your greatness is not in a post or reign, but in the kindness that removes the pain. Let your footsteps echo a peace, and see your teachers always pleased. Give faith to those whose hope has fled. You leave the light where others dread. Lift poor fellows, guide the lost. Stand for the truth, no matter cost. Even one voice which is strong and kind can shape the thoughts of humankind. Speak with the hope, but act with care. Be truly present, always there. It's not the big things that transform, but steady hearts through every storm. A better world begins with you in every little thing you do. From how you listen, how you give, to how you help the world to live. So go ahead, begin today, be light for others, show the way. Together we can lift the earth and spread the golden age, of course. Rise not above, but rise within. Being meek and humble, you begin. And as you walk this path of grace, your life will become the holy place. Tirtha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So like that. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Okay.
Hare Krishna. Would you like the class? Yes. Hare Krishna. He's going to come back to Sydney on 16th of April, and we have 3 more programs with Prabhu, which is open for public. So this is the book which you are looking. We're going to have a seminar which is open for everyone on 17th of April in the evening. So if anyone is interested, please let me know. We'll send out the comms soon. So we'll have a whole talk about this book, which is Home of Love and Devotion. It's a beautiful book, and the seminar is going to be beautiful as well. So everyone is welcome. 17th of April, Friday night. On 18th morning, Prabhu will be giving another Bhagavatam class. So be ready. That will be a wonderful class on 18th. And 18th night, Prabhu is doing a hall program at Oran Park. So there's 3 public programs coming up, and tomorrow Prabhu will be here.
19 is Bhakti Lam.
Which is...
We'll be talking on the same book.
Okay, yeah, but that's a close registration program. Yeah, and tomorrow Prabhu is here?
Tomorrow.
Every lifetime.
When we making friends, this is the secret. Those who are working 7 steps together, they are friends for lifetime. So there's not only one program, it's not a question of geography actually. It's a lifetime program.
Yeah.
No problem. That's the benefit of association of the business. It's not only one program on 18.
Thank you. Prabhu went on a podcast and I heard that. The person asked Prabhu, so how many languages do you know? Prabhu says 8.4 million languages. and then Prabhu says, some of them I forgot in this body. In this body, he knows around 12 to 14, if I'm not wrong. Every day increasing. Language of love. Thank you, Prabhuji, for being here. And it was a wonderful journey, and hope we continue more and more. Hare Krishna. His Grace Patri Das Prabhu ki.